All right, y'all. Today I'm going to be rating your teams in fantasy football. I had a bunch of guys send me over their teams on Discord. If you sent it to me on TikTok, I'm probably going to make a few TikToks on those today. If you want to send me your teams, it is going to be in my website in the link down below. You basically click Discord. You go to the Discord. You send me rate your teams. If you have any trades, there's a rate your trades as well. But let's get right into it. I'm basically going to review their team. I'll give them some tips. And remember, guys, please do not do everything I say. Sometimes I could be completely wrong. So yeah, this is just, if you like my ideas, go for it. If you don't like them, don't go for it. Please do not do what I say. I'm just here to give some advice. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, all right? CRISPYGMAN, peace. All right, so I'm going to be rating all the teams and rate your teams in my Discord. There's about 10 of them. This first guy here, Cutie Patootie. He's in a 10-team league, full PPR. So let's check it out here. Let's see if we can help him out a little bit. Dak Prescott, guy's on fire. Got to give him that. McCaffrey, best running back in the league. So far, looking good. Chase Brown, I think his schedule is going to get a little bit better. Joe Flacco definitely makes him a little bit better. But you got to remember P. Ryan's leaking in there a little bit. Wandale, he's playing all right. Devontae Adams, red zone target. He's got Stafford throwing the rock. Puka's also a little bit injured. I like it. Both your tight ends are disgusting. Debo and Travis Etienne in the flex. Debo, I think you wait for him to hopefully do something this Sunday night because there's no McLaurin, and then see if you can ship him out of your camp. Try and get some value for him. I like Bo Nix. The bench is looking good. You got some definite flex players. You got a backup quarterback just in case. You can kind of play the matchup there with Dak. Overall, in a 10-team league, 2 flex, I got to give you like an 8. It's pretty solid. I definitely think you could upgrade Wandale, and you could definitely try and upgrade one of your flex positions. Maybe try move if you're got a high record right now, like if you're doing good, if you're like 6-2 or something. Try and ship Jake Ferguson. If you are not 6-2, I would probably try and ship Brock Bowers, just because you don't know how his injury could be. It could be a while until he's back up and running. But overall, man, Cutie Patootie, great team. Yeah, if anything, I would try and move Wandale and maybe try and get a better running back between Travis Hunter and Chase Brown. But overall, man, good team. I like it. All right, we're moving on to the next one, guys. All right, we got Pixel here. He's in a 10-team league, full PPR, super flex, tight end premium. All right, so tight ends are important, and he can play a quarterback in his flex position. Oh my gosh, this might be the most disgusting team I've ever seen. He's got the running back one. He's got the wide receiver one. He's got CeeDee Lamb. He's got tight end. Oh, no, this isn't even fair. This actually isn't even. There's not a weakness. Maybe Brian Thomas. To be honest with you, I'm going to give you like a 9. Wait, you play defensive players? Okay, I've never seen anything like this in my life. What kind of league is this, brother? Overall, wow, he's got Kittle, Brock Bowers, and Trey McBride. I don't even think you need my help at this point. I think your team is that disgusting. I have to give it a 10 out of 10. If anything, I would move on from Brian Thomas. He sucks. But wow. That's this. I can't even rate your team, Pixel. Oh my gosh, that is disgusting. Not sure who to drop for Ben. Dude, you don't need to do anything, Pixel. That is the most disgusting team I've ever seen. You're good, brother. All right, we're moving on to Kinger. Let's see what we're working with here. Oh, God. Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. He might be the worst quarterback in the league. Oh, by the way, that other team, I'm going to give a 10 out of 10. Trevor Lawrence, you definitely got to move on from Lawrence. Maybe try and move Genty and somebody else for a quarterback and another running back. Maybe try and move like Genty and Trevor for like Chase Brown and somebody else. Your wide receivers, a little sus as well. I like Warren. I think he's playing well. I think he's a bell cow on Pittsburgh. I'm not the biggest fan of Nico, especially with frickin' CJ Stroud throwing the rock. Chris Olave could be a dog with this new quarterback coming in. So I would keep him. But maybe try and do something with Genty and Collins. See if you can get a more consistent player. Maybe try and go get like a Justin Jefferson. And just hope. I just think he's better than Nico Collins. See what you can do there. I like Rome. I think Pitts is playing better this year. The bench, I would maybe try and get a wide receiver instead of holding on to 3 tight ends. You do have 3 tight ends. Maybe try and go get a wide receiver on the waivers if you could. I like Baker as well. So Baker instead of Trevor. So honestly, your team's pretty solid. But yeah, maybe try and move Ashton Genty and Nico Collins, trying to upgrade those a little bit. Overall, I'm going to give it, this is a 12-man league. I'll probably get it like a 6.5. I don't think it's the best of the best. But I don't think it's that bad. It's not great, but it's not horrible. But overall, it's pretty solid. Maybe try and move David Montgomery too, if you could. But overall, team's all right. I wouldn't say it's that bad, but it's not the best. Nice team though, Kinger. 12 teams is tough, man. All right, this is from Kurt. This is a 10-team PPR. I need help with trades too. Every player's overrated my league, so the league mates won't be fair. All right, let's see. Stafford at QB, I like it. I like Swift. I'm not the biggest fan of Genty, guys. I just think that Raiders offense is buns. I get Genty's a good player, but I would go for a running back on a better offense. CeeDee Lamb, McConkey, Kittle, Nico, Debo. I like it. Let me check out the bench. You sent 2 pictures here. Wandale, Braylon. I really like your bench. I think you have some really good holds, and you also have Gadsden, which is really good. So who's your current tight end? Kittle? Maybe try and move Gadsden or Kittle for somebody if you could. Overall, I'm like, for a 10-man PPR, I'm going to give it like an 8. I think your Nico Collins, Debo, I think they're just inconsistent, man. If you can wait for Debo Samuel to go off, like I was telling the other guy with McLaurin being out, hopefully he goes off and see if you can trade him, dude. He's very inconsistent, but maybe he plays better with Jaden Daniels. I'm not too sure. And also, I would try and move Genty if you could. Try and get a PPR back. See what you can get for Genty. Honestly, test the waters. I see your quarterback's projected 45 points, so I don't know what kind of league this is. But yeah, keep Stafford. He's playing well. But yeah, maybe try and move Genty, and maybe try and move Nico, Debo, and one of your tight ends. But overall, you got the greatest kicker in the league. Cowboys defense is one of the worst in the league. I would definitely try and get any other defense besides the Cowboys, but clearly you like the Cowboys. Overall, you got a good little squad here. I definitely think you can make some trades. I'll give it an 8. I definitely think there's some moves you can make. I don't think it's the worst. I think it's pretty solid, man. I like your bench a lot too. Well done, man. All right, we're moving on to Boltsy. This is an 8-man league. So this could get pretty ugly pretty fast, guys. Let's check it out. He's got Baker, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon CD, Devontae Adams, Trey, Drake London, Rome Odunze. He's got Justin Herbert on his bench, Krosky Merritt. To be honest with you, man, in this 8-man league, there's really not much you could do. Your team is absolutely disgusting. If you maybe want to trade... there's nothing you could even do. This is an 8-man league. Your team is gross. Maybe try and get a better quarterback if you could. But honestly, I would keep all your guys. They're all really, really good. So yeah, nice team, dude. Good stuff, brother. I would for an 8-man, I'm gonna give you just a 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give you a 9. I'm gonna give you an 8. I think your quarterback position's a little sus for an 8-man league. But overall, man, great team. Well done. All right, we're moving on to EXO. He's in a 10-man league. He didn't tell me whether or not it's PPR. It looks like it's PPR based off these rankings. Best QB in the league, Jahmyr Gibbs, one of the best. Wow. Is this a 10? Okay, 10-man league. Honestly, for a 10-man, this could be a 10 out of 10. This team is disgusting. Jay Jettas, McBride, Rashid, Drake London. Okay. Who do you have as a second running back to Gibbs? Okay, you didn't send in your bench, but that's all right. Okay, I don't know where the camera cut out, but from what I could see here, this might be one of the most disgusting teams I've ever seen. I think you're solid all the way around. I don't think there's much you could do. If you want to, you could try and move. There's nothing you could do, dude. This is a 10 out of 10. There's absolutely nothing you could do. If there's a player you want to go get him, dude. You have the guys to do it. So, well done. Good team. All right, Grub. It's Travis in the stream. Let me know. I stream on TikTok. This is where the boys are coming from. Sorry I couldn't do it last night. It was pretty late. But I'm making the video here today before Thursday Night Football. All right, let's check this thing out. He's got Bo Nix. He's playing pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. Tyrone Tracy, J.K. Dobbins. Not the biggest fan of these two running backs here. I definitely think you could do better. I like Jamar Chase. Stephon Diggs is kind of inconsistent. Tucker Kraft's one of the best. James Cook. I did not know you had James Cook sneaking in there. And then he's got Travis Hunter. All right, Travion Henderson. Ooh, you definitely took that guy. Oh, and you lost Scattaboo. No. Yeah, your running backs were definitely James Cook, Scattaboo. Dang. But you had Tracy, which is good, See, the issue is RJ Harvey just went off for Denver, so it's going to be tough to move J.K. Dobbins. Maybe, hopefully, J.K. goes off this week and you can try and move him. I'm not the biggest fan of J.K. I'm not the biggest fan of Stephon. I did just move on from Stephon in my other league. If you want, I know this sounds kind of crazy, but this is a pretty all right idea. If you want to move James Cook and like J.K. Dobbins or James Cook and Stephon Diggs and go try and get an upgrade, I think James Cook is a really good time to sell high. I don't know. I don't think this is PPR. It might be PPR. If it's PPR, James Cook is not a receiving back. I don't know why they don't throw him the ball. But he just had one of his best games, so could be a really good time to go move him. That would be my only thing. Don't trade him for frickin' some trash. If you're going to make a trade, go make a good one. Let me know if you got a trade question about it in the comments, and I'll help you out there. But yeah, I would probably try and move James Cook or Stephon Diggs and Dobbins. See if you can go make some upgrades somewhere. Travis Hunter could be the guy. Frickin' Brian Thomas Jr. sucks. So yeah, I overall, I like the team. I definitely think you can make some upgrades. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I like Tucker Kraft a lot. He's playing like the tight end one. Guy's killing it. Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase. But yeah, overall, good team, man. You don't have to move James Cook, but it was just a little idea if you wanted to, Grub. All right, Jesus is King. I remember you from the live stream. I got you, brother. Let me check this thing out. Okay, he's got Saquon on the bench, Bowers on the bench, and Devontae Smith on the bench. 10 people PPR. All right. So he would technically have Caleb Williams, Saquon, Vidal, Nico, Puka, Gadsden, Jackson Smith, and Jigma. Wow. Good team, brother. I would honestly move one of your tight ends. If you need points now, keep Gadsden. If you're fine, I would keep Bowers. But overall, you have the two number one wide receivers, Jackson Smith and Jigma and Puka. If you want to, you could try and move like Nico Collins and Ramondre Stevenson. After this week, obviously, you have the bye week, and try and get a better wide receiver, or even a better running back besides Vidal, and you can put someone else in your flex. And then you can just have Puka and JSN as your wide receivers. Caleb Williams, I think he's very boom or bust. I don't know. He was running at the beginning of the year, and now he's not running anymore. If you could try and maybe upgrade Caleb Williams too, after this week, send Caleb. He's probably going to go off against Cincy, so you could probably try and trade him. But overall, man, good team. For a 10-man league, you have two of the best players. I'm going to give you a 9, dude. I think your running backs are solid with Vidal and Saquon. But yeah, if you can upgrade that quarterback position, you're doing pretty solid, man. Well done. Well done, Jesus is King. All right, we got Slim Shady, 55 and a 12-man full PPR. Let's check it out. All right, let's check out his bench first. Laporta, Myers, Montgomery. Oh, he had Burrow. Oh, and Flacco. I love Tyler Lute, by the way. He's my kicker in all my leagues. And then let's check out his starting lineup here. All right, so he's got Stafford. He's got Josh Jacobs. He's got Warren, Puka, Sutton, Gadsden, Diggs. First things first, if you can go move Laporta, I would go move him. Gadsden's playing lights out. I don't know how good Laporta played last game. Maybe try and move Laporta and Diggs and get a better flex. That's what I would do if I was you right now. Find a guy who needs a tight end. Go move him. I think Diggs is worse than Sutton. So yeah, I would definitely try and move Diggs. If you have to move Sutton, I don't think it hurts anything at all. Warren and Jacobs, pretty solid running backs. They're both bell cows. So I think you're good there. Your quarterback position, I see you're switching between Stafford and Flacco. They both like throwing the rock. So I think those are both all right. But for this is 12 man, so I'm gonna give you like a 8.5. I definitely think you can make a slight upgrade at your flex position if you wanted to. I just don't think Diggs is that trustworthy, but it's gonna be tough to try and ship off to the. You got to find a guy who needs a tight end. But well done, Slim Shady. Good team there. All right, this is an 8-man league. We're going to finish off the video here. Once again, guys, if you want to send me your teams, go to the website and the link down below, click the Discord, and send it and rate your teams, and I will check it out in the next video. So this is an 8-man league, full PPR. Need some help with cooking up trades or something. I'm really weak at RB until Bucky comes back. Let's check it out. In an 8-man league, you are running Charbonnet and Kareem Hunt. Oh, no, this is not good. I like Lamar. Kamara. Oh, gosh. Devontae Smith. Okay. Oh, man. I would honestly keep Kamara. They lost the backup there, and you're just hoping that this new quarterback gets things better. Oh, jeez. See, the tough thing is you're going to have to find somebody who's willing to take one of these players. And I think the best thing you could probably do is, do you have two good, you have two alright tight ends. You're going to have to send a package deal. I think when Bucky comes back, you'll be alright, but I don't like Zach Charbonnet. Kareem Hunt will be fine this week. Maybe try and move Nico. Dude, maybe, you might have to move on from Lamar, Doxed. You might have to move on from Lamar, and I know how shitty that sounds, but that's the only way someone's going to accept a trade from you. You're going to have to do like Nico Collins and Lamar and go get an elite guy and probably another wide receiver. Or maybe do Lamar and Pickens. I don't know. It's up to you on what you want to do with that, but go get an elite running back and then maybe try and get like a little secondary wide receiver if you can, like a second, like a Sutton or something like that. And then that way you have like a Bo Nick Sutton stack. I think that would be pretty solid. Overall, for an 8-man league, I like Devontae Smith, by the way. He's solid. For an 8-man league, I'm very sorry, but I'm going to give you like a 4. I think you're very unlucky with some of your picks. You lost Bucky. You lost Kamara. Or you didn't lose Kamara, but he's just sucking. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what happened to this team. You got Lamar, though. He's just been sucking. But for an 8-man, I'm sorry, dude. I got to give you like a 4 or 5. But I think there's definitely some moves you can make, Doxed. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you hated it, dislike it, unsubscribe. Don't watch another one of my videos. You guys were awesome. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.